Whoever told you as a lady that you can be the best version of yourself acting like someone else lied to you. True authenticity is first. Hi everyone, this is yourself first. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for sticking around. Okay, it's been a while I posted. I've been working so much on my technicals and yeah, hello. Okay, I'm super excited. I'm filming today and do all that good stuff. Okay, subscribe, like, share the video if you can. Yes, and let's dive into the video, shall we? Today we'll be talking on a concept I titled Becoming Her. Yes, becoming that woman you dreamed of, the one you admired, the one you wish you could be in real sense. Yeah, so for context, we're talking today about the journey that every one of us is in. So whether you realize it or not, the journey of your becoming is always in transition. But I kind of want us to factor it today as an elevation system. Okay, a transformation, an inner development, and I would say a kind of reformation. Okay, so many often than none, you can look at other women and think she has it all figured out, or I wish I could be like her. But here's the truth: we are all in the middle of becoming the woman we dreamed of, the one God has ultimately called us to be or designed us to be. And relatively, it's not always pretty. It's not even pretty for the woman you admire. Yes, I can say it's really perfect. But one thing is for sure, that journey of becoming is always going to be a purposeful one when God is the one writing your story. Psalms 139:14 says that we are fearfully, we are wonderfully made. This is one scripture of my comfort. And it's a context for originality for that believer who is seeking for true authenticity. So today's video is for that woman who is hints at leveling up and is trying to navigate life, faith, relationship, family, dreams, purpose, and doing it all while staying true to who she is and who she wanna be generally. And however way you're presently handling that journey, I really want you to know that you are not behind. Yes, you are just becoming. That's basic. Yeah, someone you dreamed of, the one you admired, the one you feel deep within you are destined to be, isn't something that just happened overnight. It's a journey. I would call it a process. Yes, a deliberate becoming process. Because as a young lady, many of us sincerely so hold a vision in our heart of grace, vision of strength, of confidence, and of purpose. But hey, that vision doesn't just appear fully formed. It tends to take shape gradually as we grow, as we make choices, as we overcome challenges, which primarily comes with us building habits that align with who we truly are meant to be. And in diving into the beauty of your becoming, whether you're 16, you're 20, you're 21, you're 30, or even above, okay, as a woman, there's always a space to start becoming her intentionally. And again, for the godly sake of emphasis, it's never about perfection. Okay, it's about progress, intentional progress. Here is now a list of basic but powerful things that as a woman you can do to elevate yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and most importantly, practically. That's for the woman becoming. So first of all, I put here is self-awareness, and that's what's going to help you visualize your future self. Some people put an identity just so they can accommodate everyone in their space. You want to be people pleasing, it's unsafe, and here's why. Scripturally, you are most empowered to fulfill your life purpose being authentically who you truly are, because your wiring now is the infrastructure that empowers you to fulfill your life purpose, okay, in the most powerful ways. God knew who He wanted you to be able to do what He wants you to do, and even to create the change He wants you to create in your world. So, for instance, Jael in the scripture, she was just behind the scene of the battle, but she won the victory that the king seeks desperately. So, we should really see that self awareness is an identity journey. So, there's no originality without God. This understanding is what will help create a clear picture of that woman you want to become, from the things she values and how she carry herself with so much grace, with full knowledge of strength, full knowledge of her weaknesses, her triggers, her passion, of love, grace, and power. And that's the standpoint from whence you come out and show up for yourself. This is then in many patterns going to be revealing that your strength, your power, graces, and passion. Okay, this is to say that you cannot become that image without understanding who you already are. It's the reason why we model people in this kingdom. Yes, because uniquely there's this one person that you just will resonate with or even connect to. So from a positive standpoint, there's actually nothing wrong with modeling their energy, their routines, their habits, their pace. I won't say habits, yeah, but their pace, yes, with how they cover life, which is in large extent going to help your movement. Second of what I put down here as basics is developing emotional intelligence, which is in one word saying protecting your mind. I've made videos here on this concept here. There's no a mature woman without emotional intelligence. The mirror image of stability, good management, grace, and awareness. So I would say in developing this, you will commit yourself to reading books, okay? Expose yourself to knowledge, good knowledge, listen to broadcasts, productive ones, and follow people who challenge and uplift you. That way, you are developing a strong, emotional, intelligent woman. We do this as ladies to learn practically how to manage our emotions with intelligence and even communicate well. Okay, it will help you build a better and meaningful relationship. Me, for a person, I'm very hinge at this because I've understand how far that can go for a modern lady. Because in real life situations, a woman of grace, you don't just react. Okay, you respond with wisdom. This is going to be better from whatever it is you've been exposing yourself to. I've said it so much in this channel that the thing you see is what is affecting what you think, and what we think is what is affecting what we see. And ultimately, the things you say is what affects what you receive. And that's what tends to be the story of your cycle. So I mentioned the woman of grace and how she reacts, and I'm reminded of the story of Esther when Mordecai seeks a response with regard to the situation the Jews were going through at that stage. Esther, for a person with grace and wisdom, she stood, call on her chambers, engage everyone in prayers and fasting, then invited the king. And not just to call for their safety, but to a banquet, not once, not twice, before she laid whatever issue she had in mind. Okay, and for me, it was first this wisdom, this intelligent act that God had the help that she needed, their help generally. And for every other lady listening to me, that's the woman we are looking to become. But sure, what I put down here is staying authentic. Whoever told you as a lady that you can be the best version of yourself, acting like someone else, lied to you. True authenticity is first tied to purpose and a clear vision of your true self. So here I'm talking identity, a culmination of your development, your elevation, transformation in real life. Now, here, authenticity is tied to a confident mind, and I always say confidence is a deep inner activity. So whatever we see on the outside is just an expression, the aftermath of the assignment you've done on your inside. So develop confidence on who God has designed you to be. Speak kindly to yourself. Embrace steady learning. Don't be too hasty with yourself. It's not going to help you better at becoming. Trust me. Carry yourself with so much grace, like Esther did, like Deborah did, like I would want to say Delilah. Yes. Carry yourself with so much grace. Like you belong in every room you walked into, even if you are still becoming. Yes. Never find yourself apologize for taking up good space, for having standard, for choosing growth, for showing up yourself with greatness. Be authentic. It really serves. It does. So, fourthly, is building discipline. One list of basic things a woman can do to elevate herself is to build discipline and not just motivation. For you becoming that woman that you admire, to know that motivation fades. Yes, it dies down with time. So, at some point in your life, you must settle deep within yourself to be disciplined, to stay disciplined, meaning that you'll be staying stick to principles, to your visions, your goals, and staying practically obedient to your personal growth and assignment. Nobody will do that for you. And this I know. It's only discipline most times that can keep us consistent, even when life turns out hard. Ecclesiastes always mentioned how seasons can change in our life as we journey. So it is discipline that can keep you stay put to your assignment. And that's the exact point for me where transformation starts to happen. Yes, for any individual. So it is through this singular practice of discipline that you will be building and creating for yourself that image of a woman who is strong and resilient. The woman who is not backing down, the woman who is not giving up, the one who is not tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine, not easily swept away by other people's life and lines of discipline, and it's helping you not giving into low self-esteem. It is this singular practice of discipline that helps us stay authentic. You're not that woman who giving space for just everyone to jungle in, people who aren't even deserving. To some extent, even the ones who think less of you. Seriously. Number five here as basic is staying rooted in purpose. A life of purpose is always a life of discipline. Yeah, I've spoken so much on this context. Purpose will always outshine popularity. Your life is to be driven by your calling and clear visions, not by doubts or people's validation. It's dangerous. So always pursue that thing that sets your soul on fire, that keeps you moving on truth and vision, not just what looks good on the inside. Because sometimes when it comes to standing up for who you are, your purpose, your dreams and vision, it's usually an inner communication of faith. Yeah. Number five is heal what needs healing. And I put this point to say that becoming her means confronting wounds from your past, yes. But not just that. Also things that have the ability to, no matter how little they are, to keep you spotted and stuck at a point. So first do that inner work and reflection as you work towards your elevation, just so you're not carrying baggages to your future. Sometimes this thing happens unconsciously because there are things that have happened in your life, or some things that are currently happening in your life that may not be the most favorable. You don't have it in your mind, yes, but you can be unconsciously taking them pieces by pieces into your future as you elevate. So this is an assignment you must do religiously as you seek to becoming that woman of resilience. Yeah. And inversely so, you can be so stuck to your comfort sometimes that you don't even realize that that's what is actually keeping you from elevation. Yes, it could just be the reason why you're too scared of motion. But this is something you must heal from, because becoming high is elevation, yes. It is grace, but it's also transition. So you have to be able to take it up from here. And if this is something you struggle with, I would say you should take out some quiet time to reflect on your win and losses. There are versatile aspects of your losses that can be a ladder for your wins in life. And there are also aspects of your wins that may be a depletion for your greater wins in life. So you reflect on this, reset, and move. Growth requires stillness, yes, but growth is also progressive. So you gotta have to move from that state either ways. Yeah. Number seven of what I put here is guarding your environment. So as one basic for becoming her, this is to mean your relationship. And strictly be mindful of who and what you surround yourself with. I've mentioned many more times that your cycle, your inputs, this can be media, entertainment, even your hobby. And they are generally the things that have access to our life. This can either grow you or slow you down. Number eight, which is my last point, is taking bold step of faith. Generally in life, I always will tell myself that I may not be the fastest, but I will continue to be the most consistent. And as long as you have that drive, you will command your life in the most powerful way people have never seen or imagined. So when it comes to taking bold step of faith as basic of becoming her, exposure is key. Aside reading books, you would want to nurture your spiritual life, exposing yourself to knowledge, pray daily, build a routine that works for you, that generally grows your spiritual health, yes, and even stabilize your mind. In growing your faith, it is true to building concepts around vital areas of your life, concepts around your personality, around your career, your marriage, and ultimately staying rooted in whatever you see works around that concept. I put faith here generally because it is the anchor that practically held our life. Yes, as believers, it is most possible that one who doesn't have a strong faith can be carried away by every wind of doctrine. It is for me one principle that makes a woman tick. So it's solid for your becoming. Trust me. Yes, becoming her isn't about being perfect. I've said this. So like some people think it's actually about being intentional. So one single step at a time, build that strong woman, build that resilient woman, build that confidence woman in you, of grace, of power, and of wisdom. Becoming is you waking each passing day and deciding that I'm not gonna settle, I won't stay small, I won't be stuck. We aren't created to live a small watered down life like some of our minds tells us. Nobody should make you feel so, not in any way. You were pragmatically designed by God with purpose, shaped by grace, and built for impact. So always walk like the woman you are becoming. I used to tell myself, walk tall, you just stand tall, you just walk tall. I always would say, even if your voice trembles, speak. Even if your hands shake, build. And even if your path is unclear, take the next step. Yes, still take the next step, knowing that the future you dreamed of isn't waiting for a perfect woman. It's waiting for a woman becoming the one who is willing to grow, is willing to heal, believe, and rise. So you're not behind. You're nothing behind. You're not too late. You are right on time for your movement. You just have to initiate it soonest. Okay. So lift up your head, ladies. Adjust your crown, take a breath, and go out there and become her authentically. Yes. Thank you so much. This video have blessed me. I really hope it does bless you. And if it does, do all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Yes, subscribe and like the video. Share to someone who has, and put a comment down the section. Anything you can want to add to our becoming. Yes. So thank you so much for your response so far. You've been authentic. I just want to say thank you. This is Rejoice Selfas. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.